Okay, so for today's read aloud, I have a book called Fantastic Frogs. Figured this would be a good choice since the frog is a wetland animal. I wonder if we'll find any answers to the questions we were asking this morning. So the author is Penelope Arlon. The back blurb says, "Frogs are small, but they make a big noise. Meet some of the cutest and the craziest." Start reading. Table of contents. All about frogs, amazing bodies, eat up, tadpole to frog, look out for frogs, frogs in trouble, record-breaking frogs, a glossary, and an index. All about frogs. Listen, was that a croak? Look, was that a wave in the water? Can you spot a frog? All around you, frogs are hanging out in damp places. As I was reading this, I was thinking about the reading lesson this morning where I talked about looking out for punctuation. I'm seeing question marks and exclamation marks, and I wanted to make my voice sound the way the punctuation was telling it to sound. So, listen, was that a croak? Look, was that a wave in the water? Can you spot a frog? All around you, frogs are hanging out in damp places. There's a glen tree frog, an edible frog, tree frog, African clawed frog, ornate horned frog. It's a fact. In 2012, a new kind of frog was found in New York. It's called a tree leopard frog. That's interesting. I didn't know that. A marsh frog, a bullfrog, an imbabura tree frog, a Malaysian horned frog. Frogs are amphibians. They live two lives. Frogs live in water and they live on land. A red-eyed tree frog, a poison dart frog, a glass frog. Amazing bodies. Adult frogs use lungs to breathe like you do. Frogs also breathe through their skin. Their skin must stay damp for them to breathe. That's why they look for wet places. Interesting. So that must be why frogs like to live in the wetlands, because they need their skin to stay damp for them to breathe. Damp means a little wet. So they need their skin to be a little wet. Interesting. Toads and frogs are both amphibians. A toad's skin has bumps. It's drier than a frog's skin. Frogs make sticky slime to help keep their skin damp. Frogs can pull off old skin to show new skin. Then they eat the old skin. Ew. So once they shed their old skin, they eat it. That's an interesting fact. I didn't know that. Frogs are small animals. Danger hides in the water and on land. Frogs use their senses to spot danger. Their bodies help them hop away or hide from hungry predators. And this is a zoom-in picture. This zoomed in. Strong legs are ready to leap. In a second, a frog can jump away from danger. It's a fact. Some frogs scare predators with their smelly skin. Spadefoot toads smell like peanut butter. So a predator is an animal that eats another animal. Here's another zoom in here. The frog can spot trouble with its big eyes. It has 3 eyelids on each eye. Behind the eye, the ear listens for sounds. Sticky toe pads help the frog hang on leaves. Quick! A frog needs to get away! It jumps on its strong back legs. It can leap more than 20 times its own length. When it reaches water, it dives in. The frog swims fast. It uses its webbed feet to push itself through the water. Webbed toes push away more water than toes alone do. Other animals have webbed feet too. We read about webbed feet with the penguins last week, right? We learned that webbed feet is when the toes are stuck together. Like if we look at our fingers, right? See how there's like space or air between our fingers? If my fingers were webbed, there wouldn't be space between them. The duck has webbed feet, otters, the penguin, and a human with flippers. So if you've ever gone snorkeling, these are flippers in here. If you've ever gone snorkeling or you've swam in a pool or the ocean and you've worn like flippers on your feet, right? That makes your feet webbed, which makes it easier to swim. If a frog can't get away, it may have other ways to stay safe. Poison dart frogs are brightly colored. This lets enemies know that they are poisonous. Poison dart frogs, tomato frog. A tomato frog can puff up its body to look larger than it really is. Kind of looks like a round tomato there. It's a fact. A drop of poison from the golden poison frog can kill 10 people. Wow, I wouldn't want to see one of those. I don't think that poisonous frogs, though, live in the New York area. Everything I've heard is that most of these really colorful, like rainbow-colored frogs live like in the rainforest, not near here. A gray tree frog can change color to match bark. Many frogs use camouflage. They blend in with their backgrounds. Where are the frogs hiding? Can you find them? So this frog is camouflaging with the bark on the trees. It's blending in with the trees. Can you see the frogs in all the pictures down here? Eat up. Frogs eat other animals, like bugs and worms. With big eyes, this frog watches for prey. Here's a cricket. The frog's long, sticky tongue flicks out. The cricket is stuck. It is swallowed whole. The frog blinks. Its eyeballs help push the food down its throat. So the frog blinks, right? Blink is when you close your eyes. And by blinking, it helped the frog swallow. That's interesting. A bullfrog will eat anything it can swallow. A green tree frog snacks on a worm. An African bullfrog swallows a rat. Its eyeballs move back to help it swallow. He's saying, yummy fly. So we'll leave off for here today. I'm thinking, did anything we learned in this book help answer questions about the wetlands habitat? We'll finish this tomorrow. Have a good rest of the day.